Hey everyone, I'm here with Blaine Stevens of Schooley Mitchell. Blaine, welcome.
Thank you, Justin.
Welcome. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and about Schooley Mitchell, and how you work with businesses. I understand you're in the consulting space, so give me a little color around that.
Yeah, we are really cost reduction consultants working with small businesses and nonprofits to help them reduce their operating expenses. I've been with Schooley Mitchell for 3 years. It is a franchise based out of Stratford, Ontario. Been around for over 20 years, over 22,000 clients across the world. And, we have 160 offices across North America like mine in Canada and the US.
And so, what can you tell me a little bit about, what types of, first of all, what types of costs? You said cost reduction for businesses. And then secondly, what types of businesses that you focus on?
Yeah, good question. We want to be masters of our trade, not just jacks of all trades. So we specialize in the areas of telecommunications, credit card processing, small package shipping with courier services like FedEx or UPS, and we look at waste removal expenses. And the cool thing about doing that is we do it on a contingency-based basis. So our clients pay nothing up front. They assume no risk. They simply give us the material we need, mainly their invoices, to perform our analysis of their current services and rates. And then we come back with a recommendation and a couple of options for them to consider. They choose an option, we go implement it, and then we can continue monitoring for the life of our agreement with them. And we are not brokers or agents for any of the services that we're auditing. So our clients don't need to worry about us, having a hidden agenda to earn a commission or, a residual in the background. We don't accept anything from providers like that.
And so can you tell me some success stories about types of big wins of huge savings that that some of your clients have experienced that have just been really big success stories?
Yeah, for my largest clients, which have over 1,000 employees across North America, we found them $15,000-$20,000 of savings per year. So that's nice. Our very smallest clients, those are sometimes the greatest success stories. So a chamber of commerce that I belong to asked if I might be able to help them, even though they only had 3 employees. We did the analysis. We found we couldn't save them money on their telecommunications, but we were able to double their internet speed for $3 less per month than what they were currently paying. And
Wow.
we also saved them substantially on their merchant services processing. So they are my biggest fans, and it's a pleasure to be a member of that chamber.
So that's awesome because on the surface it's the goal is cost reduction, but in other times you find opportunities for better efficiency for whatever investments they're actually paying at the time.
We do. Small business owners get busy with a lot of things, and they're really trying to do their core business. So some of these administrative details can fall to the side for years at a time. And the technology is always improving. The costs are always dropping. And so they need somebody that knows how to come in and take a good look at this, make recommendations, educate them a little bit about the services and what they actually need, and then allow them to make the decisions that will help them grow their business.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what you don't know, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we say, obviously we save people money. We also give them knowledge and give them the security that they're not being ripped off. But we also save them a lot of time. Imagine if you had to do all of this for yourself. Well, you could spend hours or days or weeks doing this. Well, we take less than 2 hours of that business owner's time to get all of the information we need. Then we go away, do our analysis, and we only come back for about another hour to present our findings.
Absolutely. So there's no risk. There's no risk involved at all because you come in, no risk, no upfront costs to do an analysis. And then at the end, you either learn that you're right where you should be, or there's opportunities for you to save more. And up until that point, you still haven't spent anything on this.
That's absolutely right. And even in that rare situation where there are no savings, that somehow their accounts are optimized, at least they get the educational value of knowing what they have and why they have it, and that there's no fluff in there that they need to get rid of.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so help me understand, um, with when COVID reached kind of fever pitch, I want to say probably early April. I think I can't remember. It was late March, early April, something like that. Um, can you tell me what has shifted for the businesses that you service, the small business community? Can you tell me how those conversations around cost saving and budget management have changed
Yeah,
throughout this
yeah,
time?
absolutely. I mean, things were pretty much at a dead standstill for the first couple of weeks until virtual platforms like this made it possible for people to communicate face to face. So that was huge. But now I think businesses are realizing that they need to survive all of this, and they hope to be stronger at the end of it. So this is the time to act. This is the time where I can approach their providers and say, you've got to give this business a break. They're barely making it through this thing. Let's arrange to give them a better deal now. And then later, when everything is back to the new normal, prices are going to rise, but we're going to have that client locked in at the optimal rates they can get during this period of crisis.
That's really interesting, because not only can you provide the knowledge, but you also have the leverage to negotiate.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're great at, because we
That's
really know the pricing in the industry. We know the services features line by line. And so we really can talk to those providers in a way that no one else can.
Absolutely. Because I think about, telecom services. My business is run out of my home, so I'm using all of my home resources for a lot of things that I do for my business. But, even getting a high speed internet, Wi-Fi, um, it's like a foreign language when they're telling you what the options are, right? And then you just go by price and say, okay, that sounds good, but you have no knowledge of, okay, well, is this provider doing this price for the same service, or does the provider I'm talking to, do they have different pricing for different customers? We don't know that, right?
Yeah.
um, and so that's awesome that there's a resource out there, especially for small businesses, that can get insight and someone on your side, when you're making these investments into the things you need to operate your business.
Yeah, something I see is a lot of business owners, individuals too, they've never even looked at the detail in the invoices they're getting from those telecom providers. And if you do look, I would contend it's purposely obtuse. It's very difficult to understand what those terms for various services and fees and surcharges and all of that really means. So that's where we can dive in and help them again with the understanding. But we can also, I've had a couple of clients that were paying for internet connections that had been cut off a year before. And so we were able to recoup all of that wasted money over that past year that they were just paying for absolutely no service at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's incredible. And I, I'm glad we're doing this, because more people should know that this service exists. Um, and because otherwise, how would you know, right? So a question, do people just come to you? Do people hear about you? And is that how they find out about you? Or do you do any kind of other marketing for yourself, or?
So a couple of dimensions there. One thing that has really worked for me is just networking and building a base of referrals. So yes, more and more, the longer I do this, the more people are just coming to me because they are hearing of what I've done for other clients and other companies. So that works the best for me. I'm very active in networking groups for that reason. I'm always out meeting new people that I might be able to help with my services. But Schooley Mitchell itself offers great support. So I don't have to worry about social media and marketing slicks and the materials, a website, any of that. That's all provided to me so that I don't have to spend my time, designing my logo. I can be focused on helping businesses.
It's so funny you mentioned that, because especially in the small business community, people that own small businesses, well, they own the business because they want to run the business, right? They want to do what the business is, versus, they don't want to negotiate with suppliers and service providers. They don't want to do their marketing. They don't want to do their bookkeeping. They don't want to do their talent management, but it comes with the territory of owning a business, that there's all these other things that you never really thought you were signing up for, like your accounting and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, and obviously in what I do, I am analytical. And so I like structured process. I like things that have already been tried and proven to work. I don't want to be, trying things from the ground up and hoping they succeed and I don't waste a lot of money. I've got all of that groundwork to base what I do upon already.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. Happy to let everyone know about you and about Schooley Mitchell. Before we go, is there anything else that you'd like to add about the business, about yourself? Any things any advice that you would give to small business owners that are watching this video?
Well, let me throw this free tip out because I love to give this one, not to businesses, but to individuals. So Justin, you have a phone bill, you have mobile devices, you have an internet. If you're not calling your providers once a year and saying, I want to terminate my services, you're missing out on the opportunity of saving money for yourself, for your own home. Because when you make that call, and especially if you have a contract coming due for renewal, they will negotiate with you more times than not, and you'll knock something off that bill or get an upgrade of services without paying a lot more. So it's well worth calling the 800 number and taking your chances. You don't have to say yes, but you can learn what they have to offer.
So threaten to leave so you get what you want.
Yeah, you bypass all the other departments and go to customer retention or customer loyalty by doing that.
Got it. Kind of like a relationship. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Awesome. Well, thank you, kind sir. Thank you for being with me today.
Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it, Justin.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful rest of your day.